I think the idea of like take this example of ACV roofs.
Love it.
I will
I love it.
guarantee you there's not a single pricing person that can actually tell you what their savings is from a loss cost perspective moving to ACV roof
Uh,
from replacement cost. I will guarantee you no one actually knows that. Everyone inherently thinks that it saves money. And it probably does, but no one can measure it. I've never seen in my entire career, 30 years of doing this, anyone give me a really good measure on what ACV roof buys me.
well, in my opinion, it's less of a statistical factor than it is a human nature factor. Because if it's ACV, you're going to maintain it and you're going to replace it when it needs to be replaced. You're not going to just wait for the next storm to come to buy you a new roof.
Well, so that leads to my next point. I think one of the issues that we have now in Florida specifically, and this may apply to Louisiana as well, is that because of the kind of the fraud or claims inflation or whatever you want to call it, there over the years here, the claiming process has become completely adversarial between carrier and insured, right?
100%.
Until you start to solve that, right, where you actually have carriers that don't their inherent belief right now in Florida, and I just witnessed coming through the hurricanes Ian, and we've got or we had or I had call it close to 300 million of premium in Florida alone, right? So I have had a lot of customers in Florida, so I dealt with a lot of carriers during Ian, and the biggest kind of aha moment I had is um, carriers on attritional losses, right? Forget cat first, right? On attritional losses, those have been generally plagued with fraud, uh, right? And so every interaction the carrier takes is one of suspicion to the insured. Like,
Yeah.
what is this? What is this insured trying to do,
Yeah.
right? Now, unfortunately, when you go years having to deal with that, you've conditioned or
Yeah.
created a culture where in a cat event, you're bringing that thought process through.